have to tell you that I've always had the idea of becoming a sister in my heart. I was taught by sisters from kindergarten on, taught by the Felician Sisters at St. Josephat Church. And I always found their attire attractive. I always found them joyful and delightful people to be around. And I was drawn to them. I was drawn to them from a very early age. I personally went to college for 1 year. I went to Buff State. I was on a Regent scholarship. And so I went to Bishop Colton High School, first of all, taught by the Felician Sisters. And then I went to Buff State. And after 1 year at Buff State, this urge, this desire to become a sister became stronger. I think probably motivated by a dating experience. I was dating a very, very fine young man who obviously wanted to marry me, but I just was not comfortable. There was something else gnawing at me, and I just wanted to be honest with him. And so that was the time that I said, well, I better make up my mind. Do I want to get married, or do I want to be a sister? What is God really calling me to? And then I spoke to a sister about it. And she said, you know, Terry, you can always change your mind. You can try the convent, you can come in as a postulant, you can go for 1 year, and you can say, you know, it's not really for me, and that would be fine. So she encouraged me to take the plunge into religious life, since I had that deep yearning for it. And so I did that. So I was going to enter my sophomore year at Buff State, and decided it's time to try my luck at becoming a Felician sister. I had a longing to be a teacher, probably connected to being a sister, because in those days, most sisters were teachers. And so I decided that I would go to Buff State, become a teacher, and if I joined the convent, I could do both. I could be a sister and a teacher. Sacrifices, I think the hardest part for me was leaving my family. I was so homesick. I cried. They didn't know what to do with me in the convent. I just cried for a whole week. I was so homesick. But I stuck it out, and here I am, 50-some years later. So the homesickness was the most difficult. I didn't feel like I was leaving things behind. I felt like I was going to something. I had a strong sense that I was going to something rather than, what I was leaving behind. But leaving behind my family was the most difficult for me. Well, I love that I'm a sister to everybody. If I were just my own family, I'd be a sister to my brothers and sisters. I'm a sister at a bus station. I'm a sister walking down the street, and I'm like everybody's sister. And it's kind of a cool feeling to be able to feel a relationship with everyone I meet. And I think what I love most about religious life is the ability to be in relationship with God, having the time to develop that relationship and feel His closeness, but also to love other people and care about other people. Because I take the vows of poverty and chastity and obedience, they leave me kind of free to love God, and free to love people. And my greatest joy is really being able to reach out. And no matter what I did, when I was a teacher, I could reach out to my students. When I worked in an office, able to reach out to other adults who are around. And right now, I'm here at Villa Maria Convent, taking care of 51 of my sisters. And so again, another opportunity to reach out and care for others. So the greatest joy for me has been to care for others. Say if anyone is thinking about it, it's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life if you're called to it. And so if you have any kind of desire in your heart, I would say it doesn't hurt to come in contact with a sister. It may be just a contact will tell you yes or no. Do I go on with this or do I stop? You might visit a convent, and that can tell you, do I go on with this or do I stop? So I would say take baby steps, and you can always, at any point along the way, say, I thought it was for me, but maybe it's not. And so I would say pursue your dreams. If your dream is to have this life with God and with others, then pursue it and see where it takes you. It's been beautiful for me. I don't regret it. There were some hard times, but I don't regret it.